Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Warning from the federal government to Tigray about what is happening in Raya, Elamata, and Koram. Lagase Tolo, the communication minister of Ethiopia, warned Tigray yesterday, it seems. Secondly, a new video has been released by Fano groups showing that they have captured dozens of ENDF soldiers. The video seems to be new, though some pro-Fano news sources are sharing old videos from Tigray conflict as if the videos are from the ongoing unrest in the Amhara region. Thirdly, Egypt has appointed ambassador to Eritrea, plenipotentiary ambassador to Eritrea. Who is a plenipotentiary ambassador? What does this appointment indicate? Let's start viewers from Tigray. It seems that yesterday Lagasse Tolo, the Ethiopian communication minister, warned Tigray. If you remember, when I did videos in the last few days about the tensions in Raila Mata, I told you that Tigray fighters had tried to capture some cavalries in Raila Mata, and they captured more than one cavalry. It was Tigray basically which started tensions in Raila Mata. Tigray was frustrated because of Ethiopian federal government's slow response to Tigray's call for restoration of its borders to pre-war position. And Tigray mobilized its fighters a little in Raila Mata. That is what was implied by Lagasse Tolo, Ethiopian communication minister, yesterday. He said trends in the contested areas of Tigray and Amhara are alarming. What did he mean? He meant to say that both sides, Tigray and Amhara, were mobilizing their fighters, and that is what happened. And he called it a violation of Pretoria deal. Then he went on to say that people of Tigray should not suffer once again. Basically, he implied that it was Tigray side which fueled tensions in Raya Elamata. And this is what happened actually on the ground, that Tigray mobilized his fighters towards Raya Elamata. Secondly, he reiterated the federal government's position that military will take over the security of both zones, southern and western zone. It means that militias will be disarmed. Police might continue under the military. Militias will be disarmed. When? We don't know. Or militias might turn into police. By the way, will police be allowed to work in these two zones? There's no clarity. If police is allowed to work and police is predominantly Amhara, it would not be accepted by Tigray side. So there are still there's still not enough clarity about how the understanding between the two sides about western and southern zones will be implemented. But he announced that, he reiterated rather, it's not something new. He said that ENDF will take over. Thirdly, he said referendum will be held. That is the solution. But before that, IDPs will return, ENDF will take over. ENDF is already there. Bar takeover means that other law enforcement institutions will stop working. ENDF will be in charge of security and law and order there. And then local administration will be elected. And in the end, Nebbe will announce the date of referendum when the conditions are convenient for the holding of referendum. Tigray rejected the idea of referendum, but it seems that Tigray has changed its position a little. Now Tigray is agreeing to this whole four-state solution proposed by the federal government. But too early to say, can it be implemented? How will it be implemented? But federal government, it seems, issued a warning to Tigray yesterday. And Tigray will have to stop the mobilization of its fighters in Alamata, which has stopped, by the way, because ENDF intervened. ENDF prevented a collision between Tigray and Amhara fighters. There was a collision for 20 minutes, but ENDF prevented large-scale collision between Tigray and Amhara fighters. And Tigray Communication Affairs Bureau in charge, in his statement, did not say a word critical of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Let's see. ENDF is going to be tested, by the way. And that is what Lagasse Tolo said, that both sides should trust Ethiopian National Defense Force. How will ENDF implement the solution to resolve the deadlock over Volga and Arad? That remains to be seen. Secondly, viewers, a new video has been released by Fano groups showing ENDF soldiers taken prisoner. We must be careful analyzing these videos. Sometimes all videos are shared as if the videos are from the Amhara region related to the ongoing conflict. So we try to verify. Sometimes we do make mistakes. This video seems to be new. It shows ENDF soldiers with hands up in the custody of Fano fighters. The area is a mountainous area. We don't know about the exact location of this video where it was shot. But the video shows dozens of ENDF soldiers. This is one of those videos which show large number of ENDF soldiers taken prisoner by Fano fighters. I think the video shows more than 100, around 100 soldiers taken prisoner by Fano fighters. Military is quick to claim that it has killed 50, 30, 80 Fano fighters. They call them extremists. But military never acknowledges its own losses. Who are these ENDF soldiers? From which division are they? How will the military secure their release? Or will they be left at the mercy of Fano fighters? Fano fighters generally don't kill captives. They release them. If they are militia members, police members, they are offered to join Fano. They are trained, and some of them join Fano. They have to join Fano because they are in the custody of Fano fighters. ENDF soldiers are released mostly, but we'll see on which conditions the soldiers will be released. That remains to be seen. Thirdly, viewers, Egypt and Eritrea are now very close allies in the Horn of Africa. We're seeing new alignment in the Horn of Africa. Isas Afwerki, Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, Hassan Sheikh, Abdul Fattah al-Burhan of Sudan are now allies. On the other side, we are seeing PM Abiy, Mohammed Zayed al-Nihan of the UAE, Musib Abdi of Somaliland, and maybe now Dini of Puntland, another camp. Egypt has been strengthening its relations with Eritrea. It is due to Egypt-Ethiopia tensions too. The main issue between the two sides is good. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, no agreement could be reached over good between Ethiopia and Egypt, despite several rounds of talks. Talks collapsed a few months ago between the two sides. Egypt has been warning Ethiopia, telling Ethiopia to come to the table for signing of a legally binding agreement about dam operations. Ethiopia does not want to sign a legally binding agreement. It says it will share all the data regarding dam operation with Egypt, but it doesn't want to sign. It doesn't want to commit itself to a legally binding agreement. So tensions there. And we're seeing renewed closeness between Egypt and Eritrea. Eritrea not on good terms with Ethiopia as well. So it means that Eritrea and Egypt are natural allies because they have common rival, and that is Ethiopia. Egypt has appointed a fully authorized, powerful ambassador to Eritrea. His name is Muhammad Haytham Al Atawi. He is ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary. Who is a plenipotentiary ambassador? An ambassador who has the authority to sign agreements, treaties, conventions is called ambassador plenipotentiary. So he is a fully empowered ambassador. He is not shock affairs. He is fully empowered. So Eritrea, the appointment of this ambassador shows that Eritrea matters a lot for Egypt in the context of Egypt-Ethiopia tensions and Eritrea Ethiopia tensions and Ethiopia-Somalia tensions, where we know that Somalia expelled Ethiopian ambassador yesterday. Egypt is an ally of Hassan Sheikh's government.